This love is like the ocean that's crashing over me. It's like falling rain on the driest plains, as far as eyes can see.
Sam, everyone thinks of what their wedding day will be like, and I couldn't be happier to have such a beautiful girl in front of me, someone whom I get to call my wife. The first time we met, I know the first thing you noticed was the height difference. But what I noticed was that you were full of life and you were always managed to get the party started. Not only did I get to marry someone who is so incredible and loves me unconditionally, but someone who will continue to improve my life every single day. I promise to love and cherish you forever. To me, you are perfect and always will be perfect. I'm sure over time, the love between us will only strengthen and solidify this relationship. I promise to laugh, cry and celebrate with you, and also to protect and console you as well. I also promise to keep up my duties of walking Kylo, doing the dishes and cleaning the bathroom to a medium standard. I'll also make sure that you use the correct phrases when talking to people, so there will be no more ease of mind or killing one bird with two stones. I'm just thinking about it now. It is bad. I promise and will ensure that I will listen to you when you need to be listened to, that I will see you when you don't feel seen, and lastly, that I will always tell you that I love you before I go out the door, and to be the best husband I can be.
This love is like the church bells, as loud as they can ring, in the good man's face on his wedding day, when he sees his bride to be. It's like a little girl holding her daddy's hand, for everyone to see. Yeah, this love is like no other, it's taking over me. Nobody loves you like I do, and I never want them to. Nobody loves you like I do, and I can't get enough of you. And I don't ever want to. This love is like a mystery.
Samantha and their respective families, I welcome you all to this service of Christian marriage. Now, this is a wonderful occasion, and it's a real delight to have you all here, and to be part, obviously, of Andrew and Samantha's special day. I have to say, some have travelled further than others to be here, but it's good that everybody has come together in this beautiful part of the world for a special occasion like this. Andrew and Samantha appreciate everyone's presence, and the fact that they are here today, the fact that they are surrounded by family and friends who care deeply for them. This makes this occasion literally a once-in-a-lifetime occasion. So please be sure to enjoy every aspect of today. We gather in the presence of God to give thanks for the gift of marriage, to witness the joining together of Andrew and Samantha, to surround them with our love and prayers, and of course to ask God's blessing upon them. We pray they may be strengthened in their life together and drawn deeper into love for each other and the love of God. God created us, male and female. It is God who gives us marriage, so that husband and wife may help and comfort each other, that they may live faithfully together in need and in plenty, in sorrow and in joy, in sickness and in health throughout all their days. God gives us marriage for the full expression of the love between a man and a woman. In marriage, a woman and a man belong to each other. God gives us marriage for the well-being of human society, for the ordering of family life, and for the birth and nurture of children. God gives us marriage as a holy mystery in which a man and a woman are joined together and become one, just as Christ is one with his church. In marriage, husband and wife are called to a new way of life, created, ordered, and blessed by God. And this new way of life must not be entered into carelessly or from selfish motives, but responsibly and prayerfully. So we rejoice that marriage is given by God, blessed by the Lord Jesus Christ, and sustained by the Holy Spirit. Therefore, let marriage be held in honor by all. Let's all pray. Gracious God and loving Heavenly Father, we give you thanks and praise for all your gifts of goodness and grace. We praise you for the gift of love that blesses our lives. We praise and thank you for your guidance in the lives of Andrew and Samantha, for the joy they find in each other, and for the happiness of this day. And since we know that without you nothing is strong and nothing is holy, we pray that as they make their vows, you will sustain and surround them. May your spirit of love sanctify their joy and enrich their love. Guide them by your grace and keep your hand upon them through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Now we have two readings in the service. The first is from Lauren. So I'm going to ask Lauren to come now and read her poem. Thank you, Lauren. On the microphone. Do you want to hold this or do you want me to hold it? Okay.
Falling in love is like owning a dog by Taylor Mall. First of all, it is a big responsibility. Falling in love is like owning a dog by Taylor Mall. First of all, it's a big responsibility, especially in a city like London. So think long and hard before deciding on love. On the other hand, love gives you a sense of security. When you're walking down the street late at night and you have a leash on love, ain't no one going to mess with you, because crooks and muggers think love is unpredictable. Who knows what love could do in its own defence? On cold winter nights, love is warm. It lies between you and lives and breathes and makes funny noises. Love wakes you up all hours of the night with its needs. It needs to be fed so it will grow and stay healthy. Love doesn't like being left alone for long. but come home and love is always happy to see you. It may break a few things accidentally in its passion for life, but you can never be mad at love for long. Is love good all the time? No, no. Love can be bad. Bad love, bad. Very bad love. Love makes messes. Love leaves you little surprises here and there. Love needs lots of cleaning up after. Sometimes you just want love to get fixed. Sometimes you want to roll up a piece of newspaper and swat love on the nose. Not so much to cause pain, just to let love know you don't ever do that again. Sometimes love just wants to go for a nice long walk, because love loves exercise. It runs you around the block and leaves you panting. It pulls you in several different directions at once, or winds around and around you until you're all wound up and can't move. But love makes you meet people wherever you go. People who have nothing in common but love stop and talk to each other in the street. Throw things away and love will bring them back again and again and again. But most of all, love needs love, lots of it, and in return, love loves you and never stops.
Now, before we come to the marriage vows proper, I think Samantha and Andrew have something to say to each other. So I'll hand over to them just now.
Wait, do you want me to go first? Okay, sorry, give me 2 seconds. Oh, I have to know where I put it. Hey, there we go. There we go. So, Sam, everyone thinks of what their wedding day will be like, and I couldn't be happier to have such a beautiful girl in front of me, someone whom I get to call my wife. The first time we met, I know the first thing you noticed was the height difference. But what I noticed was that you were full of life and you were always managed to get the party started. Not only did I get to marry someone who is so incredible and loves me unconditionally, but someone who will continue to improve my life every single day. So, I promise to love and cherish you forever. To me, you are perfect and always will be perfect. I'm sure over time, the love between us will only strengthen and solidify this relationship. I promise to laugh, cry, and celebrate with you, and also to protect and console you as well. I also promise to keep up my duties of walking Kylo, doing the dishes, and cleaning the bathroom to a medium standard. I'll also make sure that you use the correct phrases when talking to people, so that there will be no more ease of mind or killing one bird with 2 stones. I'm just thinking about it now. It is bad. I promise and will ensure that I will listen to you when you need to be listened to, that I will see you when you don't feel seen, and lastly, that I will always tell you that I love you before I go out the door, and to be the best husband I can be. You should have went first.
I should have gone first. Can someone hold my flowers, please? Thanks. Oh, my makeup's gone. Okay. Whew. Right. Mine's a long one.
All right, so I do the mic as well.
Oh, don't worry, I got this.
Do you want me to hold
That's
it? Or?
okay.
Okay, that's fine.
My granny would always tell me, "Oh, when you know, you know." I just thought, yeah, sure, granny. But she always is. And she was right and is right. I knew then, and I know now too, you are the one. When I met you, Andy, and got to know you more and more every day, from FaceTiming across the world for almost half a year,
Yep.
or spending time together physically, whether you were the one, it wasn't a question to answer. Because I just knew it. I felt it, and it's honestly an indescribable. With you, I feel extremely loved and complete. Thank you for being the person who overlooks my chips and scuffs and brings brings or looks at the best in me, even on the bad days. Thank you for being the calm to my crazy, the weirder to my weirdness, and everything I could ask for. The last 5 years, you have taught me an incredible amount of patience, trust, compromise, and most importantly, real love. Thank you for showing me what real love is. It's not always glamorous, or fairy tale, or fantasy. And life may have its ups and downs, but loving you has always been an easy part of life. And today, surrounded by all our special family and friends, I choose you. I choose you as my best friend. Sorry, I'm sniffling into the mic. Not cute. My partner in crime, my husband, and my forever. And you can put me on any sort of Marvel movie, timeline, or blip. I know I will always fight the bad guys and jump through interdimensional portals to be with you.
I like that.
Even though this is a big day, it is the little things that make the love that we have for each other. And these are the little things that I promise to you. I promise to let you geek out to watching your NBA games and video games to early hours of the morning, even though you end up shouting because you forget you have your headphones on. I promise to listen to movie soundtracks with you, obsess over music through the decades, and dance around our kitchen whilst cooking our new gusto recipes. And I promise to marathon every TV series we can find in this world, abuse our Cineworld unlimited card at the movies, and eat our way through life together from London and beyond. In all seriousness, I promise to love you in all your forms, to help you love life now and forever, and I promise to be by your side through all of life's adventures, because no adventure is worth doing without you. I love you. Do I still have makeup on?
How do I follow that? Andrew, repeat after me. Before God.
Before God.
And in the presence of family and friends.
In the presence of family and friends.
I, Andrew Blakely.
I, Andrew Blakely.
Take you, Samantha Slorak.
Take you, Samantha Slorak.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
I give myself to you.
I give myself to you.
As your husband.
As your husband.
For better, for worse.
For better or worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer or poorer.
To sickness and in health.
Through sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Samantha, please repeat after me. Before God.
Before God.
And in the presence of family and friends.
And in the presence of family and friends.
I, Samantha Slorak.
I, Samantha Slorak.
Take you, Andrew Blakely.
Take you, Andrew Blakely.
To be my husband.
To be my husband.
I give myself to you.
I give myself to you.
As your wife.
As your wife.
For better, for worse.
For better or worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer or poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Who has the rings? Step forward, Joel. Yeah. Good man. Yeah. Bring it on. Okay. Hold that.
Nice.
Thank you very much indeed. All right.
Ken, should I give my orchids to someone to hold maybe?
Yeah, I'll hold them. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, here we go. There's Claire. What do you want to take? Samantha's? Or
which one's hers?
that's hers. And do you want to take Andrew's?
One tick.
Okay. Can you
Am
see
I
it?
black all over?
No, you're not.
That's fine. You're fine.
Oh, that, okay. That's not my one.
Joel, if you enjoyed that, would you like to come and take the cushion back? Thank you very much. It's this big moment. Anyway, well done. Now, as a token of the covenant into which you have both entered, these rings are being given and received. So please, together, repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign and seal of our marriage.
as a sign and seal of this marriage.
May this ring
May this ring
declare to all
declare to all
that I pledge you my lifelong love and loyalty.
that I pledge you my lifelong love
And loyalty.
and loyalty. There you go. We were at the end.
You can now exchange the rings.
I'll go
I have
first.
to put it on my.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't
you go for that
take
then.
this one off. I forgot. Sorry. There
So
you
go for it. Oh,
Is that good?
Squish it on.
there you go. Perfect.
And then you're on this
yep.
side. Okay. That weird.
Oh, nice one. Yeah.
Now, before God and in the presence of this congregation, Andrew and Samantha have made their solemn vows to each other. They have joined hands, they have exchanged rings. They have bound themselves together in the covenant of marriage. Therefore, I have the greatest pleasure to pronounce them husband and wife in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. You may kiss the bride. I think most of you approve. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Now, listen, are you comfortable standing here for a wee while longer? Because before Samuel comes and brings us our Bible reading, it's customary for the minister to say a few words to the happy couple. Okay? And I do mean just a few words. So, Andrew and Samantha, this is not your dad speaking. This is the minister, okay? So I thought I'd bring just a brief word from none other than King Solomon. Solomon is acknowledged as being the wisest man who ever lived. He wrote the book of Proverbs in the Bible, so he's well worth listening to. And it's a book full of wisdom and wise sayings, and he says quite a lot. I just want to bring a couple of his sayings into this gathering today. First of all, he says that two are better than one. You can go home and look it up for yourselves if you want. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9. Two are better than one. Now, he's talking about people. He's talking about relationships. If we're on our own and stresses and strains and problems come, it can be difficult to deal with things on our own. It's much easier if we get some help. So two are better than one. If two people fall, they can help each other up. If two people get into any difficulty, they are there for each other. They are a team. So Andy, Samantha, you are now a team. And two is better than one. But Solomon goes on to say something else. He also says that a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Same chapter, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, a little bit further on. Now, what's that all about? A cord with 3 strands is not easily broken. He's still talking about relationships. Christian marriage is a cord of 3 strands. Husband, wife, and God. And should any problems, any trials, any difficulties come along, the strain may perhaps be so great that 2 strands on their own will begin to fray. They'll feel the strain. even though they're together. But the third strand, God, will never feel the strain, nor will that strand ever begin to fray. When times of pressure or stress come along, as they surely will from time to time, that's just life. When husband and wife begin to weaken and perhaps feel unable to hold out, the strain may become so great that the two-stranded cord begins to fray. It is then that the third strand remains strong and firm until the strain is eased and the two frayed strands are bound up again. God himself is that third strand, and a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Andrew, Samantha, please make sure that you have that third strand. Make sure you have God in your marriage. Amen. I now invite Samuel to come forward and read from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Thank you, Samuel. You'll be all right. Yeah.
Corinthians 1:13. If I speak in the tongues of man or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can have moved mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. And where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection, as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully. Even as I am fully known, and know these 3 remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Corinthians 1:13.
Thank you, Samuel. You have a good preaching voice. You never know. You never know where you might go. All right.
Today I held flowers and I dressed in white. I made a promise and my mother cried. And every moment till this one right now fades in the shadow of the love that we found. 'Cause I never knew love like you show me. You see me, you know me like no one else. When I found you, I found my safety, and I let it change me and open my world. When I found you, I found myself. We'll dance for the first time as husband and wife, and my heart will keep dancing for the rest of my life. 'Cause I never knew love like you show me. You see me, you know me like no one else. When I found you, I found my safety, and I let it change me and open my world. When I found you, I found myself there in your eyes, waiting for me for this whole time. Cause I never knew love like you show me. You see me, you know me like no one else. When I found you, I found my safety, and I let it change me and open my world. When I found you, when I found you, when I found you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Warm greetings to everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed the festivities so far. Yes. My name is Michael Slorak, if you don't know me so far, and I'm the proud father of the married couple and Samantha, the bride, of course. I wrote this before they were married, so there's some things need to be adjusted slightly. Samantha Pearl, so named after her granny Pearl, who we wish was here with us to celebrate, but this wonderful occasion. Well, where do I start? Samantha, first thing I thought of was the meaning of her name, which in Greek means flower or blossom. And I must say today we've honored that for sure. Samantha is, oh, hang on, sorry. It says I have to go to page 3. Just a second, bear with me. Samantha is the light that shines in a room to brighten everything up and helps you forget your troubles with her humor and wit. She's always full of cheer and celebration. She's fun-loving and great to be around, as I'm sure you all agree. Right, let's see. Bear with me, bear with me.
For the last 50 odd years.
Oh, thank you. Okay, you got that one in, good. And I can understand her appeal. We will miss you both and look forward to your next visit home to the Far East. Let me just... It's okay, it's okay. No, I've got it, don't worry.
He's an introvert, everybody.
Yeah, if you haven't already figured that out. Let's see, Samantha is abuzz with joy and always busy with new adventures, be it her job or her husband, Andy, and I'm certain... Huh?
A new adventure with her husband.
Well, of course. Well, they've been at it for 5 years, so... Hang on. I'm not certain who made the approach first, but knowing Samantha, I guess it was her. But I could be wrong. As her father, I couldn't be more pleased with her catch. Andy is from good stock, as they say, a strong, tall, handsome, and intelligent young man with a great and promising future ahead, and with a great heart. And of course, Andy's Irish, so. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Why didn't you do it all in one page after the other?
Well, it doesn't work like that. You think of other bits and then you add them in. Okay, of course, we would wish you both the very best in health and happiness in your union, filled with love, peace, and joy and unity, and fruitful with babies. I added that. That's for your mom. I couldn't think of a more fitting and appropriate location to have the wedding in, a place that holds so much meaning and significance for our families. I'm so grateful that the weather has remained so beautiful and Cullen so pretty. I got it, don't worry. I got it. We couldn't finish this word without making mention and giving thanks to so many very key and most important people in our lives, without which none of this would be possible today. These people are naturally my parents, Margaret and George Slorak. And Andy and Andy's parents, and Samantha's parents, of course, here. And all the respective family members and special friends, many of whom have traveled from far and wide to be here to make this such a memorable occasion. A special mention goes out to Samantha's Ninangs and Ninongs, that have worked so hard to put together all the decorations and flowers, etc. A great many thanks to everyone for coming, and could we please lift our glasses as a toast to the newlyweds, Samantha and Andy, and Slanjiva, and to God be the glory. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, Mutter. Thank you, dear. You're welcome.
I now call upon Andrew Green.
Well, thank you very much, Michael. The words you've said are greatly appreciated. I also want to say on behalf of my wife and I, That was the part I was looking forward to most. So, no, but genuinely, thank you all so much for coming. I know you've travelled from far and wide. I think it's probably been the most international wedding I've ever been to, and it's my own wedding. So I've got a list of countries people have came from. So I do apologise if I've missed any out, but in regards to, well, cities anyway, we have people who have come as far as Falkirk, Edinburgh and Glasgow, London, Belfast and Bangor, wherever they are, yeah. Spain, Italy, America, Canada, Australia, Singapore, and even as far as Auntie Anne, who just travelled 2 streets away. So, honestly, it's been such an incredible day so far. I was actually saying to Samantha, it's been so good so far that I'd be happily to get divorced and remarried every year just to go through this again. So, we're good being the vows. Honestly, it's been such an incredible day. Yeah. But also an extra special thank you has to go to all of the Filipino gang, as Samantha has said. So that is Tita Christie, June, Rina, Bina, the Fornaris, Zinat. Honestly, these guys have been here since Thursday lunchtime, setting all this up. And honestly, it's been absolutely incredible the amount of work you've put in. Honestly, we can't thank you guys enough. Honestly, so much work been put in. And also a thank you to the Seafield Arms staff. Ailey and all the other guys have been superb. Keeping on top of things, just making sure things are getting ticked off and everything. Honestly, it's been incredible. And next would need to be the bridesmaids. You all look absolutely fantastic, absolutely beautiful. You've helped Samantha so much throughout, the last couple of months, just, taking some stress away and just helping things go smoothly. But if I'm being honest, I think the real fashion icon of the day has to go to Mark, because the way those crutches set off that suit is something like I've never seen before. And he's given me permission as well. If anyone wants to sign his cast, I have his Sharpie, so make sure you grab it, and we can all sign his cast, and that will probably be the best memorabilia from this wedding. So just let me know. But seriously, ever since meeting Samantha, she's continued to add nothing but positivity and happiness into my life. She's always looked out for my best interests and always made sure that I was going in the right direction. I remember a couple of years ago when I was thinking about proposing to Sam. This was the start of lockdown, probably before lockdown actually. I was thinking about proposing to Sam, and obviously you ask yourself the question of, is this something I'm wanting to do? Is this something I'm wanting to kind of carry through with? And I only had one question going through in my mind the whole time. And that was essentially, do I want to spend the rest of my life with this person? And I've always had the same answer when I thought about it, throughout the process, today, and even in the future. But that's a definite yes. I would not want to spend my life with anyone else. It's always been a definite yes. Some of you have probably known as well, it's been quite a stressful last 10 days, 2 weeks for us. My mum always says the two most stressful things you can do in life is move house and get married. And we have literally done both of those in the last 10 days. It's been a crazy ride, but I'm glad that we're finally here and we're glad to enjoy everything. This wouldn't have been possible without the help and support of some people. Sorry, I've kind of thrown my notes all over the place here. So obviously there've been a tremendous amount of support from everyone, but a special thank you needs to go to Michael and Elsa. Despite the 7-hour time difference between here and Singapore, you still managed to phone us and find time to lend us with your wisdom, which is always appreciated. And not only that, but the hospitality you have shown us and me towards your family is nothing short of amazing. Every time I've came over, Elsa has always been a 5-star host, giving us all the tour guides, going to all the best spots. It's honestly so appreciated. And I'm honestly so grateful to call you and have you as my parent-in-laws. So I look forward to creating many new memories with you. Another couple I need to mention is Margaret and George, Granny and Grumps. You two always seem to provide the best advice in the times which we need it most. And again, giving us around-the-clock support all the time, regardless of the time difference. You've made me feel so welcomed into this family. The stories you've told us really have been an inspiration and an eye-opening example, which we can both learn from and will always be thankful for them. And also, the last people I need to thank. There's many people I can say thank you to, but these are the main guys. Lastly, my mum and dad. You've always been there to check up on us and make sure that we're going in the right direction. You've always made sure that we've had plenty of food, plenty of water, and plenty of sleep, which is exactly what you provide when anyone steps into your house. And of course, I have to thank you for raising me into the man I am today. Without you, I wouldn't be here today. Just before we kind of wrap things up, I was considering writing it in the speech, and maybe not writing the speech, but pretty much my mum's on the phone all the time. A lot of people know that. If you can't get through to her, it's because she's on the phone. But sometimes she's on the phone to me, or she's on the phone to us. And she always finishes with, every phone call, she always finishes it with saying that she loves us, or she loves me. And the thing is, I always feel like too much of a macho man to say it back. But I want to say that, I do love you, Mum. I shouldn't have said it. But honestly, yeah, my dad as well. That's the next part, My dad has a ridiculous amount of wisdom and knowledge when it comes to World War II and office stationery. But honestly, again, the experience and the advice you've given me is like none other. So there you go. Yes. I'm not going to say anything about you because you're a speech to go. But Louise, you're the eldest sibling, and you've always given me lifts around everywhere. So I appreciate that. And Tuesday night tuck shop treats after the BB. I appreciate that. That was 20 years ago, but I was supposed to have 5 minutes, but that's fine. But I'll stop it there. I'd like to raise a toast to creating new memories with new people. So, thank you.
Cheers! I've never seen you cry.
You okay?
That was really nice.
Oh man, I shouldn't have done it. Cheers. Oh man.
Now call upon Dee and Ian, the best men.
Good evening. So just as Ian gets set up and I compose myself, Andy, I should apologise for what's about to happen, Andy, because ours is not that nice. Before we start, we've got a couple of cards we're going to read out for people that couldn't be here today. This just to sort of point out, this doesn't cut into our time. Okay, this is additional time. I still want my 45. So, actually, the first one is a message, but it's been a message I was told to quite profusely to make sure it got across. So, happy wedding day, Samantha and wee Andrew. Firstly, we're also sorry we couldn't join you for your special big day, but we are all with you in spirit. I'm sure you look stunning, Sam, and Andrew, handsome as ever. We want to wish you both a lifetime of love, health and happiness together and can't wait to see you very soon. Love to you both, now and always. I'm still emotional. Uncle Desi, Andrew, Hannah, Stuart, Marley and the Rob Roy Band. There you go. Can you do a couple? Oh yeah.
Now, we've got next card here. To Andrew and Samantha, have a wonderful day to begin your new life together, and may God's richest blessings be yours now and always. We did say that this was from folk who can't be here, but that message is from Mum and Dad. And one more I've got here as well. Love and best wishes for a wonderful day and a wonderful future together. God bless you both. Norman and Babs.
And one last one. Yeah, the big one. Happy wedding day, Mummy and Daddy. I'm going to read it out. Hope you're enjoying your big day. I love you. Having fun on my holidays in Scotland. Looking forward to big walks and lots of pampering when you get back. Lots of woof woofs, the main boy, Kylo Blakely. There you go. Aww. In fact, I'll leave it past that one. He's gone. Right, I'll get my stuff set up.
We've broken him on already. That's fine. That's the first achievement. Okay, folks, here we go. Are you ready? Aye. Dee, are you ready? You okay?
Give me 2 seconds, just make sure this is all right.
So just while we're waiting, folks, I've had an announcement from the management at the hotel. For health and safety reasons, please no standing on tables and chairs during our standing ovation. Okay. Dee, you almost there?
Just give me 2 seconds.
Sorry. Sorry, folks. It's sorry. None of us are very experienced at this whole public speaking thing.
Excuse me? For those who don't know, I am a motivational speaker. I do this full time now. So what I've got today is, I've got a brand new course I wanted to try out with you today, called Dee Blakely's Mindset and Marriage. I'd like to go with today.
Dee, this isn't your business. You're not getting paid for this.
What?
No money today.
No, you don't understand. I legally can't speak to more than 10 people without getting paid for it. So
nah, you're out the game.
I am right. If I'm not getting paid, then I'm.
Has anyone got any money? Right, Dee, hold on.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll buy you 3 minutes. You've got 3 minutes.
Brotherly love, eh?
Yes, for those who don't know as well, I actually am related to these two. I did grow up with multiple adoption / milkman jokes growing up, but I am related to these two. And actually, I think it was about a year ago. Ian and I were working in the same school. Tell you a quick story. We were in the same school on like a careers day. I was in as a motivational speaker. Ian was in on behalf of the police, and they kind of have these like communal lunch areas. And so I went down for lunch, and Ian was already sitting with this guy, I think from like the army. They were deep in conversation. I had a little seat next to them, let them finish the conversation. And when they'd finished, the guy from the army sort of assumed that there's no way we could be related, and so proceeded to introduce me to my own brother, which is an incredibly surreal experience, to be introduced to someone genuinely that you've known literally your entire life. And I had to explain to the gentleman that no, we actually came out the same woman. Sorry, Mum. I'm never far away from a wee brother joke, or more to the point, a strange look. However, I'd like to take the opportunity formally this evening to explain to everyone I'm not actually smaller. I'm just far away. It's a perspective thing. I'm just far away. I've actually got a few examples of this. It's just all perspective. It's camera trickery. I'm actually the same height as
Hey,
these
D,
two.
we get it. Let's get it. It's okay.
Right,
Don't worry.
okay.
Andy.
Sorry, it's Andy.
Yes. What a journey. What a journey it's been.
Just to get to Cullen.
But in all seriousness, Andy, it's been a great time being able to have this many friends and family together, such a close space and proximity, especially given the past couple of years. It's basically what we've all needed.
Yeah, now on that note of togetherness, I'd like to introduce you to my first piece of content today.
D.
And
D.
People need to know about yin and yang. A lot of people know about this symbol. See, people over here.
D, not today. I've told you, not today.
Right, okay, fine.
Right, not the time.
Right, okay, we'll get to Andy, that's fine.
Right, back to Andy.
Right, okay.
Here we go. Now, Andy, when Dee and I started trying to piece together bits and pieces for your speech, it quickly became clear that we had kind of a tough job on our hands, kind of recalling the journey that you've been on. However, in time-honoured tradition, we concluded that the best and easiest place to begin is at the beginning.
Yes, of course. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned Blakely blether down memory lane? Right. There he is. And we're off. Now, I did notice earlier in the ceremony, Andy, you mentioned that the fact that to use one of Samantha's idioms that you said early on, but basically in this instance, bird stones. Right, you're about to get ruined here. To put this is Andy in P1. This is first year of primary school. Even from the beginning, we realised very quickly that.
Right, hold on, sorry folks. Hold on.
That Andy was on a different journey from the rest of us. Out of Louise, Ian and I, he was actually the quickest to come out of the womb.
All right, that's about the quickest he's moved since.
I'm just glad it was Samantha walking down the aisle earlier, otherwise we'd still be at the ceremony.
Anyway, Andy, your speedy birth was kind of overshadowed by some rumours that quickly spread about you being the biggest baby in Belfast. And at one point I think you're even being tested for giantism. Look at the size of him.
So I've got another picture for you. This is one of Andy and I. It looks like I'm having fun, but I'm not. I'm actually being crushed under the immense weight of Andy. This is a cry for help here. But this giant status that meant that Andy had a queer appetite growing up, and we found out quickly that he was like a wee bin when he was younger, like a wee gremlin looking for food all the time. He would eat anything, but he was particularly fond of a pickled onion. And one of Mum's favourite stories revolves around Andy when he was still in nappies. Now, if you do know Patricia well, you'll know quickly that she doesn't like having bottles around when she's catering for people. She likes to have everything in little dishes. Bottles are how uncouth, as Mum puts it. So she had one of her infamous Tupperware parties, and she set out about 9 or 10 pickled onions on a little dish. And to her surprise, after a few minutes, she came back and they'd all vanished. So thinking she'd maybe not put them in the first place, she replaced them, put another 9 or 10 out. And to her dismay, after 15 minutes or so, they had disappeared again. And of course, she filled the dish up again and kept a watchful eye on them. And sure enough, after another 10 or 15 minutes, she walked through to the room to check on them just in time to witness Andy, at this size, scoff another batch. He successfully clambered up a chair and onto a table to get his third batch. We reckon actually he'd eaten about a full jar of pickled onions at that age.
But even more infamous than that was the aftermath in the nappy. Should we say inside and outside of the nappy? The pungent odour made the neighbours think that the manure was getting sprayed in the fields that night.
It was also rumoured that this single event was one of the biggest contributors towards global warming in the mid-90s.
But it was at that stage while he was in nappy, it was hard to forget, Andy never really crawled, but he had a signature bum shuffle that seemed to gather pace when food was around. And of course, with this great intake of food, there was a great output, shall we say, as well. When Andy did get to his feet, it was discovered that he liked some privacy. And when looking for him, it was often easiest to go down to the end of the hall and pull back the full-length curtain and see his beetroot red face looking up at you, going, go away, as he proceeded to fill his nappy. The infamous curtain lurker.
Yes. Curtain lurker, that's where he liked to do his business. Just a word of warning, folks, please make sure you check behind your curtains before you go to bed tonight. Just to make sure the serial curtain lurker hasn't left an extra wedding favour for you all.
And of course, this fascination with food didn't stop, and it probably continues until this day.
These are some of my favourite photos, because you were a wee pie man. Look at that. Unbelievable. We unearthed these a few months ago. Unbelievable. This is my favourite one here. Like, delirious. Like, that is a face like only created by chocolate cake. Look at it, Andy. Look at it.
We get this card.
Yeah. While we're still reminiscing on Andy's younger years, today we actually brought a lovely card that we also unearthed that Andy made in nursery before he started school. It was Rosemary Cleland, your teacher. I've actually brought it with us here. There we go. I'll put a slide of it up. It's a beautiful card. A wee bit of abstract art there at the young age of, about 3. And we've got another slide. We're going to read it out to you all. And this is what it says in the inside. It's not his handwriting. It says, "This is my hand will do 1,000 loving things for you, and you will remember when I am tall that once my hand was just this small." But it's not small at all. It's absolutely massive.
Yes, here we see some confirmation of Andy's giantism. Now, just in case you're wondering, you want a comparison, we do have a hand beside it. Now, that is actually Claire's hand, and some of you may be thinking, well, Claire's obviously, she's a fully grown adult, but she's quite small for an adult. We do have further confirmation of what a toddler's hand actually should look like.
Well, it should be. Where are we here? Yes, of course, this wasn't Andy's only childhood trait. One other thing that still continues today is Andy's lack of handwriting. This, believe it or not, this is a Father's Day card from last week. This is last week, and you can hardly decipher. I can't even read the first line. Yes, so that's Andy's handwriting.
I'm surprised you were able to read your speech, Andy. But yeah, it was about this time when you were doing these cards that you were at nursery and primary school, and it seems to have been in the 1 year of primary school that you kind of started and finished your handwriting.
Although Andy never really had a way with writing, he certainly did seem to have a way with photos. Another childhood trait, long before digital photography, Andy often found himself the subject of numerous poses while in front of the camera, and we thought we'd take an opportunity to share these with you. A little bit older here, but I think it's because we used to be family photos. You were always at the front, and you maybe thought you could get away with some of these poses just because you weren't, you were kind of at the front, we couldn't see you, but weeks later we would get them developed. And these are the sort of things that we would gather. There's a few more. I was laughing at that. I think that t-shirt still fits me.
Yeah, these ones here, Andy, you seem to merge into the phase where you look like a kind of stressed 40-year-old dad on holiday. I'm not sure this next one, if you're a member of the mafia or possibly a game show host there, I'm not too sure what look who you're going for. And this one, we can see Andy has just woken up out of the bathtub on holiday. I think he's just asking for a full fry up and a pint. What you can see off to the left of the pictures is 9 empty pint glasses as well. Sorry, that's just a joke, Andy. Sorry, it was only 8.
Yeah, only 8. So, to get my first piece of cut, just give me a second.
Stick to the script.
Come on, right? Just give me a second. So, yin and yang. A lot of people think it's like about peace and war, or it's about chaos and contentment. But actually, a lot of people see it as love and hate. And Andy has a bit of a love and hate relationship with fire. Right, some of you know this, some of you don't. So we've entitled this next segment, Andy Blakely, Show Us Your Burns. All right? So very simply, Andy, I am going to state a random object and I'd like you to point to everyone where you got burnt. All right? So if I said ice lolly, there you go. Yeah, he had an ice lolly too quickly. I'm still in the freezer, burnt his tongue. If I said gravy, here we go. We've got the scars to prove it. If I said firework, right, okay. So, yes, I'm half surprised Andy didn't jump under the table there when I said firework. He got hit at a young age by a stray Roman candle, I believe, setting his whole t-shirt on fire. And this led us to having to watch firework displays as a family from the safety of the car for a number of years. Andy did once build up enough courage, however, to roll the window down a little bit so he could get a better view. And I kid you not, there are people in the room who were there. There was like a stray spark that managed to find itself and come through the car. And where did it hit you, Andy? Right there, all right? But don't feel too sorry for him. It's not all bad. As I said, he has a bit of a love-hate relationship with fire. It's always in some way kind of fascinated him as well. How about the time that you set Nanny on fire one Christmas? Accidentally, of course.
Yes, yeah. This was the time Andy decided to take a bunch of bangers out the middle of the Christmas crackers and put them all together and light them over an open candle at the dinner table. Nanny then complained about the smell of smoke, only for us to realise that it wasn't the smoke from the bangers, but from her skirt going on fire. But thankfully, Nanny was unhurt.
Yes. How are the burns tonight so far, Andy? Good? All good? We're about halfway through. You're doing good.
Yeah, speaking of burns, little did Andy know he would be moving to the home country of Rabbie Burns himself. Now, it was in fact during the primary school age that Andy and the whole family moved over to Scotland, and of course where Andy encountered his first true love. Not your time yet, Samantha. No, it was wrestling that probably kept Andy going and helped him make his friends. Coupled with his love of video games, endless nights playing wrestling, Wii Sports, DJ Hero, Mario Golf, to name a few.
And the other love Andy has found while growing up is through the medium of movies, and in particular movie characters, which he also seemed to incorporate into his love of photos. And he used to do these sort of Microsoft sort of paint jobs on himself. This is obviously Batman. We also used to get the old mask out as well. This is it's meant to be Chewbacca.
It's not even movie quality.
We've got a few other. This is Thor, of course. We've got, I think this is maybe like a Rambo. I think you've got Dad's penknife in your mouth. And of course, Gandalf, one of Andy's favourite. A lot of you know that during the stag do we managed to incorporate Gandalf into Andy's stag, and he got to live out his fantasy. Yes, where are we?
Time for this.
Yes, we've got a wee thing for you, Andy. So now that you're married, and obviously on the stag we had Gandalf the Grey, I think now that you're married we can finally upgrade you from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White. So give him a round of applause. You're not the only one dressed in white today, Samantha. Throw it over you. Yes, Andy's finally got to be Gandalf and partner up with his own version of Sam.
But of course, the big thing that seen Andy through his formative years was his love of basketball. Although I'm not kind of sure what influence this had on his hair. Sorry, not that one. That one, there he is. Some people may remember Andy for this phase best.
A wee bit of chocolate there, couldn't help it.
Now, for those of you who have been fortunate enough to watch Andy actually play basketball, it's quite a sight to behold. Andy's momentum starts slow and thereafter continues much in the same fashion. Like a trusty diesel engine, Andy's first to third gears are heavily used. Actually, I'm not even sure he has a fourth or fifth gear. But this commonly is now known as Andy's medium speed.
Medium speed. Andy's basketball quests have certainly stood the test of time, and many of those who enjoyed the stag do. We got to enjoy your basketball quest as well. And we had a theme. We had our My Heat jerseys. There's the full squad. I think that's all of us. Peebs is taking the photo. Peebs is taking that photo. Now, Andy, we had a really nice gift for you tonight. We had a signed shirt from all the guys at the stag, one of the basketball tops, but one of your brothers, we're not sure which, may have or may not have accidentally forgot it and left it. So instead what we've done is we've got you a signed napkin, which is pretty much the same thing. So pass that, Andy. That's for you, Andy. Treasure it.
Now, speaking of basketball, a fun fact about Andy is the very first professional basketball game Andy attended as a spectator was actually a surprise present for his 18th birthday, where we managed to watch LeBron James lift his first NBA Finals trophy for Miami in 2012.
Yep, and again, I'm just far away in those pictures. 10 years ago, almost to the day, would you believe, this was on the 21st of June, 2012. What an amazing night. Andy, given the day that we've had today, do you care to tell us which was the better day out of the two? Yeah?
Today.
Today, of course. All right, good answer. Good answer. He's lying.
Yes, Andy, to this day, I think most people will know that that birthday is probably yet to be topped, and you'll admit that. Andy's birthday is actually at the end of July, which means for the vast number of years, he has not had anyone around because they've all been on holiday, including his own family. Although Andy has never really been fortunate with his birthdays, I think he's used this as some kind of fuel to try and get one up on us. As we've mentioned, his first ever visit to get basketball game was in Miami. Your first holiday abroad?
Is it Disneyland Paris?
Your first hill walk?
Ben Nevis?
Your first house?
Central London?
Yeah. Andy, you could say you have a real can-do attitude. D, what is this? Say can-do attitude.
Oh, can-do. Sorry, I thought you said a can-do attitude. Sorry. Apologies.
Yes, Andy, just be glad of your hair while you have it.
That's not photoshopped. This is when Andy thought it would be a good idea to shave all his hair off during lockdown to save him time and effort, but really just looked like this. Right, where are we? But anyway, speaking of first and Andy having a can-do attitude, no pressure later tonight, Andy.
You're talking about the first dance, so yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Andy, I do believe it was on the dance floor where you first met Sam on a night out in Stirling.
Yep, and who would have thought that first dance all those years ago would have led to this first dance tonight?
Yeah, Samantha, we remember the time when Andy introduced you to the family. It was the weekend when the Beast from the East arrived.
Yeah, the Beast from the East arrived. I think the weather was really bad that weekend as well, Ian.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That was a joke. Joke. That's like on the line. Couldn't go past it. I'm on it.
We're on this line here, right on this line here. But Samantha, I think we can all agree, though, from an early stage, everyone in the family could see how long you two got how well you got along together, and also with everyone else. And Sam, we're more than happy to officially welcome you into the family.
And well done, Sam, for being to put up with all of us, which is difficult. Even if you have brought us some slight confusion into the family group chat. The family group chat by having another Sam around. For those that don't know, our sister is married to another Sam. Give us a wave. There's Louise and Sam at the back. So this has given us some confusion.
Yeah, for some people outside of the family as well, the phrase Andy's marrying Sam brought a bit of confusion. I always find it a bit awkward having people think that my brother was getting married to my brother-in-law. Louise, maybe you would care to elaborate on who you think is the better-looking Sam tonight?
Oh, definitely my Sam.
Oh, good answer. Good answer. We thought you'd say that. We don't have to agree on a better Sam, but we can agree on which one's younger.
And Sam, you've already got one up on us when joining the family because you've brought us, you've brought Dad, a professional golfer, into the family. Mitchell. Yeah, just watch your back, Mitchell. Dad will be wanting to claim you next, Mitchell Blakely.
Speaking of Ken, didn't he do great today? Give him a round of applause. He's married another one of his children. Always weird saying that. My dad's married 3 of his own kids. He's actually married their partners as well. In fact, my dad's married hundreds of folk. I mean, even today, put your hand up if my dad has married you. There you go, like around, there you go. Mum, your hand should be up as well. There you go, Mum, yeah, stay with it, Mum. Hey, ho. Die away. This is not about me. It's about them. Where am I? Right, okay. And also, Sam, you've managed to convince our mum that all dogs aren't bad. All right. Thanks to Kylo. Aww. I didn't get an invite though, did he?
On that note, Andy, we have a final gift to present to you on behalf of Mum. It's something that she's had in her possession for many years and thought today was now the day to finally gift it over to you. Your old piggy bank.
What a wedding gift. Had it for years. There you go. You're not going to be eating that now, Andy, are you? Right.
Maybe use that, Andy, to get yourself some handwriting lessons.
Some handwriting lessons would be good. Okay, so just as we start to sort of wrap things up here, I just wanted to finish on my yin and yang.
I think it's finally the pennies dropping. Is this where you're going to say the whole thing about, this is the give and take of marriage, it's the whole lives coming together, sharing a part of each other, two worlds colliding to provide the peace and tranquility within the chaos of today's life, 2 people intertwining, coexisting, becoming one to give balance and harmony that only marriage can give. I know what it's actually you're going to say about it's more than that because it's the 2 families coming together, the Bleaksies and the Sloraks. It's how Andy and Sam are the 2 little dots in the middle. We're all here today as part of the bigger circle, and we're going to provide, the symbol there is us providing the kind of support and love to one another, create an environment of unity. Is that pretty much summed up?
Well, that wasn't what I was going to say at all, but that was amazing.
Thanks very much, Steve. Cheers. Oh, thank you. Thanks, that's good. Thanks. Just out of curiosity, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, I wasn't. No, yours was better. Just keep it with you. Don't worry about mine. I'll just move on here.
So, Andy, just before we get to the toasts, Sam, if you could put your left hand on the table, please. Andy, could you put your right hand on top of Sam's? Just savour this moment, please, Andy. This will be the first and last time in your marriage that you will have the upper hand.
Okay, on a more personal note, Andy, I've always thought of you like a brother. We've always been very close. Where Ian and I grew up playing a lot of sports, you and I grew up playing a lot of video games. From Saturday mornings playing Golden Axe to 3 a.m. nights playing Street Fighter and Halo in our teenage years. Not to mention Tiger Woods, FIFA, Mario Kart, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Mario Strikers.
Okay, get it.
Okay, cool,
that's
sorry.
Enough.
Andy, listen, you're an amazing brother who I've always been very thankful to have in my life. You've helped me be a better version of myself. We're always making each other laugh at memes and stupid videos. We've got a weird shared life experience that few would understand, but seeing you turn into the man you've become has been one of the highlights of my life. I'm very proud of you. And who wrote this? He opened the floodgates earlier, Andy. I am very proud of you. You're my best mate, and it was really special to see you up there today getting married. Life throws many ups and downs at us. It comes with challenges and hardships, especially when you think about the last 2 years or so and some of the challenging days we've all had. But today, this one day in front of us is one of those better days that life gives us to enjoy, to cherish, and to live out with those closest to us. And I want us all today to really live today and the time we have together. Breathe it in, savour it, appreciate it, enjoy it, and have the best day, especially you two. Thank you. To put it simply, and to finish on a Lord of the Rings quote for you, Andy, today, little brother, life is good. Congratulations, have the best night, and may you have a long life filled with adventure, love, and cherished moments. Love you both. One last thing, and finally, some advice from a guy who's not married. Live, laugh, love. I saw that on a kitchen wall once, and it really spoke to me.
Andy, my personal note to you.
That's gone.
My personal note to you, Andy, is something like this. I think that's an E sharp, maybe. I don't know. No, but in all seriousness,
he's gone. That's Andy's humour. That is Andy's humour.
In all seriousness, no, Andy. It's been a privilege to see you, maybe not mature, but certainly grow over the years, and obviously provide me the opportunity to get one step closer of attending the Singapore Grand Prix. Thank you. But as we have seen tonight, over the years, you've always provided us with fun and laughter, but at the same time, I know that I can depend on you when the time comes. It's an honour to be your brother, and I'm truly thankful that we are all as close as we are. And it's great to see you in the same position, so close with Samantha and her family as well. I wish you and Samantha continued success for the future. And my advice would be to stay close to God and put Him first. And although we have made a bit of a joke about it tonight, marriage is about the give and take. Give all you can to each other, but also remember that you're allowed to take time for yourselves as well. So I'd like to end on a toast. Grab our glasses. To the bride
and groom.
Well
we'll
done.
Be upstanding for this one. Yeah, let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers to the bride and groom.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful time so far. I know I certainly have been. Firstly, thank you so much to the bride and groom and the family for organising today. From the cake flavour to the colour scheme, I can only imagine how much time and effort this has taken for us all to enjoy today, to celebrate this special occasion and to celebrate Samantha and Andy, so thank you. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Lavanya, a longtime best friend of Samantha's from high school and one of her bridesmaids. So I thought the most stressful thing about being a bridesmaid was going to be planning her hen do abroad with other girls that I barely knew but now know much, much better. But the most stressful thing was definitely writing this speech and trying to summarize 12 years of friendship into a few minutes. Even 1 year of friendship would be difficult to describe with someone like Samantha. Samantha and I met in high school in Singapore, and let me tell you, we were the most unlikely pair to be friends. I was quite shy and studious, and as I hope most of you have gathered today, she was outgoing and a party animal. One of the most notorious aspects of the early days of our friendship is her asking if I was free to spend the weekend with her on her family's boat religiously every weekend, and I'd always have to politely say no. But rather than giving up on the friendship, she gracefully settled for talking about what color we were painting our nails instead. And this duality of our friendship is something that I've always admired about Samantha. She's always known how to be the life of the party, but also the one to notice if you're quiet and ask if you're doing okay. We grew up in very fortunate circumstances, but I've never seen the girl happier than when she's talking about being back in the Philippines, eating with her extended family and having sleepovers with them all in one room. It's not easy to find people in this world who know how to be both, but I saw that in her on day one, let alone 12 years later. So, fast forward to when she met Mr. Bleakley. I still remember the day she messaged me and our other best friend from high school, Yalda, about him. And this is both the good and bad thing about having old friends. I still have all the messages she sent from 2017. So, without further ado, and apologies for this in advance, Sama, this is how it all unfolded. I hope we're still friends after this. On the 23rd of April 2017, Samantha messaged, "I'm going on a date on Saturday. His name is Andrew, he plays basketball, and he is really cute." On the 23rd of May 2017, Samantha messaged, "Andrew is such a gentleman, just the full package. He literally treats me like a princess, and he is just so, so, so nice." It gets better. On the 11th of June 2017, Samantha said, "Ugh, you guys, I really like Andrew. Are you sensing a pattern here too? Because I was at this point." And on the 22nd of June 2017, Samantha said, "You guys, Andrew guessed what kind of wedding ring I would want. I think I need to marry him." Well, Andy, I gotta tell you, this girl has been dreaming about wanting to marry you since 2017, so I'm really glad you finally pulled the trigger and proposed. But in all honesty, from the way she spoke about you, I knew there was something different here. Samantha is someone who gives with her whole heart. She is always there for you as a friend, as a shoulder to cry on, as someone to laugh with, and as a partner in crime, and everyone around her loves her for it. But there was something about when Andy came along. I saw her feel stability. I saw her enjoy the effects of a healthy relationship. And I even saw her take up basketball. And that's how I realized he was the one for her. And that was no different once I finally met you, Andy. I've spent time with the both of you on several occasions and can safely say I've never met a pair that balances each other in the way you two do. It's been beautiful to watch your love story from the sidelines over the years, and with each year that passes, I see you both conquer new challenges, such as moving to London, and also enjoy new adventures, new apartments, new jobs, and it wouldn't be the two of you, a speech about the two of you, without me mentioning new adventures with Kylo too, of course. It really touches me when I think about the life the two of you may build together. In you both, and in your relationship, I see a deep sense of belonging, of faithfulness, and of fun. The countless times I've seen the way you two look at each other, your laughs and your smiles, tell me that you have some of the most beautiful years ahead to come. As a final note, I wanted to say a thank you for always being there for the people you love in your life. Today, this room is filled with people whose lives you have touched across the years for many different reasons. And I hope you take that love with you as you grow through the next few years as well. Personally, I'm honored to be here for you, for your special day, and I'm very happy that the two of you have found each other. So with that, I wish you all the best, and I'm sure everyone here today does the same. May you have a wonderful life together, filled with many more adventures, and may you always keep that sense of belonging, of faithfulness, and of fun. If everyone would please join me in raising their glass to the wonderful bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Bleakley. Thank you.
You want a hug? Yeah. Saying I loved that. Thank you. Love you.
Aww. Cheers. Thank you for that.
No,
cheers. Thank you. That's so good for her.
Finally, I call upon Ken Farrell.
Thank you very much. Look, very, very briefly, folks. How can I follow all the speeches and the wonderful things that have just been said? And it has been a very, very emotional time for us. I know it's emotional because even the cake is in tears. That's a dad joke. Okay, I apologise for that. Okay, you know. But look, anyway, I too, when Andy was reading out the places that people have come from to be here today, that's staggering. So Patricia and I would just like to echo the thanks that has already been said. Thank you to everyone who has taken the time and made the effort to come here and share this very emotional day with us. Thank you. Now, yeah. And of course, as already been said, Patricia and I welcome officially Sam into our family. She's been part of the family for quite a while, but it's now official. And look, that was a trip down memory lane. When Andrew was growing up, he was called by his mother, I think just by Patricia, the dear wee love. And it sort of stuck, and she still took the height of him, but she still talks about the dear wee love. So I'm just delighted to hand over to Samantha's tender care, the dear wee love. And people will say to us, is the house now not going to be quiet because Andy isn't there? With Patricia in the house, it's never going to be quiet, okay? So, and if there were, yeah. But look, I have a couple of things I want to give to Samantha and Andrew. And some of you might think that this is a wee bit corny, but Andrew's already alluded to some of the fixations that I have. Now, maybe some of you noticed when they were signing the register, you can't just use any pen to sign a wedding register. You've got it, you're told by the Scottish government that you have to use a fountain pen, and you also have to have permanent ink in the fountain pen. This is true, registrar's ink, because you don't want it to fade over time. So I want to present to Andy and Samantha the pen that they used to sign their wedding forms today. Now, it's a durable pen, okay? It's not all that fancy, it's not all that expensive, but it's a durable pen, and it has permanent ink in it. And as you look at this pen, may it remind you that your marriage is durable and it is permanent, okay? So thank you very much indeed. There you go. It even comes in the gift box. There you go. Okay. Now, the only other thing I have for them, and I hope you would expect this from a minister of the gospel, but I also have here a book of answers. Now, when you go into a bookshop, one of the best sellers and the most popular thing you can buy in a bookshop is a book of questions for quizzes and so forth, okay? Well, I haven't got a book of questions to give you. I have a book of answers, okay? And this is the Bible that was used on your wedding day. And this book contains all the answers that any individual will ever need. It actually contains all the answers that the world needs. It's a book of ancient literature and wisdom, and yet it is ever new. So I recommend not only God at the centre of your marriage, but reading the Bible as your guide through life. Thank you very much indeed. I have no toasts to make, they're all done, but I just, like I'm sure all of you, I just want to wish Andrew and Samantha God's richest blessing in your new adventure together. Thank you.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me.